Hi, my name's Lucinda Bird. I'm a British farmer in County Durham, England, and I set up a wool mill from scratch. I've always been an activist for our British industries, particularly our rural industries, and I knew that I could do something about wool. Very liquid type soap. Lots of it. Very hot water. Using an outbuilding which has a boiler on the side. Very hot water. Make a lather. And put this in. So once the needle felting was going and ongoing, all sorts of old fleeces started to go into a hand washing system, just with buckets, very hot water, very liquid type soap, 3 washes, and then rinse, one rinse. It took a couple of weeks just to get this method. And we didn't know anything about anything, just hand washing wool, random wools for the first time. And this is what started the processing. We also had a hand carder where we could put the dry wool, and this was what started the processing in action, which most crafters that want to process up from raw actually do. Follow me. So we could fit about 10 fleeces in here at a push. It's in an outbuilding on this little set of shelves, and it's got a little boiler system in here. At the minute we have a little rescue centre for lambs, a little bit in workers' bathroom, etc. And this is where all the fleeces would be put on to dry in front of this boiler. And then they would go through a little hand carder, which isn't here anymore, but I can show you how we were scouring, and this is all it was. This is all it was. And little by little, the needle felts were selling, the raw wool was selling, and the scoured fleeces were selling. And then came along our first saddle fitter and a few crafters that wanted carded wool to order. And that's when we started carding the wool through the little hand carder, and it was a lot of work, a lot of work. Then we wanted to gather more stocks, so we were out and about in a horse box, getting loads and loads of wool sheets and beginning to hand wash everything and dry them all in that little boiler room. Before I knew, with the needle felts taking off as they were, the raw stocks taking off as it was, the demand and the push on that tiny little hand card, it would take us 3 days at least to hand card 10 kilos. I just knew that it was a hurdle that I had to get through. I had to get a carding machine, and that was easier said than done.